Welcome, Faces students and the public. We have a wonderful guest today, Irfaan Muhammad, who is a Faces for the Future alumni, and he will be sharing his story and advice to anyone who is interested in learning and pursuing a healthcare career. Irfaan, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and share your story. We are very excited to learn more about yourself and where you're at and what motivated you to pursue a career in healthcare, and also provide some advice to anyone who is thinking about a career in healthcare.
I'm very appreciative for this opportunity. Thank you so much today, Veronica. I really appreciate it.
How about we get started? We're going to do this in an interview style and shoot a couple of questions to you, and you could respond to those.
That's great. Perfect.
So to start, how about you share with us, when did you graduate from the Faces for the Future program, and what have you been up to?
Great. I actually recently graduated back in 2021, and since then I've been involved in quite a lot of activities. One of them is taking the NHA Certified Medical Assisting Board exam and fortunately passing, thanks to the Most High. And sometime after that, I applied to Alumni, where I began and still currently am taking pre-nursing courses to hopefully get accepted into nursing school. I'm also currently attending community college while working as a certified medical assistant at a local urgent care clinic located in both Oakland and San Leandro. And shout out to Pat Koyuthapong for that opportunity. So you can say I'm quite busy nowadays.
That's amazing. You sound like a busy bee right now, and you've been working all the way through to get to where you're at. So congratulations on being a medical assistant right now and working your way through a pathway into healthcare. Can you tell us a little bit about what impact did Faces have on you as a high school student, personally and professionally?
Yeah, well, from being accepted into the FACES program, the Faces for the Future Coalition has not only given me one of the best educational experiences, but it also opened up my eyes to the endless skills and possibilities of healthcare. And I'd like to say that this was all done while in high school. And to just think that there is a program that provides inner city youth like myself and students to grasp what it is like to be in healthcare at such a young age is extremely praiseworthy and honorable. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity.
By any chance, do you have any specific memories or experience that you can reflect back on that has helped you kind of determine your next steps and where you want to go?
I do actually, quite a few. So FACES allowed me to explore the unique observations of human cadavers. This was done at the Life Chiropractic West located in Hayward, California. And it just made me learn more about the field of chiropractors and what they do on a day-to-day basis. And some other memories I do have was the weekly workshops in which the instructors would teach the etiquettes and working in the professional environment, in the hospital environment or any kind of medical setting. So that was one. And then the last one I remember was shadowing and interning at St. Rose Hospital for physicians, nurses, and other healthcare professionals. And this was at St. Rose Hospital in Hayward, California as well. And this is where actually I found my passion, which was becoming a registered nurse. And that's where my interest actually sparked.
Can you tell me a little bit about your interests and how it sparked you? Is there, was it something about your job shadowing experience, or was it a mentor that inspired you to pursue this career?
It was. As mentioned before, that internship that I was involved in, I would always notice the little things that the nurses did that made their patients feel more comfortable. And it was the courtesy and the kind-heartedness that really stood out to me. So I immediately could picture myself in this field and taking care of individuals as a job and an occupation too. So I finally found what I wanted to do in both a career and a future, thanks to FACES.
In that process, were there any, as you were exploring and learning, were there any challenges or barriers that you faced that you were able to overcome or address as a high school student, or even now as a young adult?
Definitely, because keeping a positive faith is something I stand for. One of my principles is because without God, nothing is possible for me. And I come from a Fijian household where love and joy flourishes. And I just like to shout out my parents and my siblings and family for supporting me and keeping my head straight throughout my whole life and time here. And I would also like to give a huge thanks and appreciation to Pat Kalithapong for mentoring me throughout this all, and my medical assisting instructors, Ms. Machado, Mr. Bunbury, Ms. Bystrom, Ms. Peters, Ms. Rita, Ms. Jasmine, of course you, Ms. Veronica. You all have contributed so much to my success.
And I know that it's great to always shout out the folks who have mentored you and have been part of your journey. Do you have any advice for a high school student who's considering a healthcare career path? And just listening, like, it sounds like you had a lot of mentorship and folks that you connected with. How did you utilize those relationships to get to where you're at? And do you continue to keep in communication with your mentors?
Okay, so there was a couple questions.
Yes.
So the first one was how did I keep my relationships with
Yes.
these people?
Mhm.
Definitely just contacting them through my phone or emailing them was the best thing, because they were busy as well. You know, they had their own things going on, and I didn't want to be how do I say, like a distraction to them. But I also wanted to get help as well, because of course this pandemic has had a lot on all of us. So I like to say that everybody did their best with me, and then they showed a lot of mercy to me.
Thank you for sharing that. The other part of the question is, and sorry for throwing so many questions, what's your piece of advice to a young person who's considering exploring careers in healthcare? What would you recommend?
I want to say keep at it, because what I mean when I say this is keep chasing your goals and ambitions, because it will all pay off in the end. And your interest in healthcare will take you so far one day that you'll look back at all the hard work you've done and where you're at. So trust me, it's definitely worthwhile. And one thing you and anyone should know is that healthcare will always have its doors open to you. You will always have a stable career and with many benefits and rewards, but you just must be willing to put in the determination and the effort. So I urge anyone who is interested in healthcare, or who is in healthcare, to look at the state of our world today, for example. Like, we're constantly in need of help of medical professionals and have them working with us on the front lines. So what could be better than doing what you love, but also caring for others who are in need? Be that person for your community and what the world needs.
Absolutely. I think that's great. If we want to be the drivers of change, we also have to put our best foot forward and also try not to give up. So I really admire your words, sharing these inspiring words, and I hope that young people out there who, whatever career they're thinking of, whether it's healthcare or public service, whatever careers they're exploring, is that you want to put your best foot forward and not give up. Learn from those experiences. So thank you for sharing that advice.
No problem.
Now, I know you're working as a medical assistant, and we are very excited to hear that you're deeply engaged in working in a clinic right now. What has helped you professionally now that you're a medical assistant? Because I know that's a different experience from being a volunteer intern and job shadowing to now being a medical assistant and actually doing the work. How has that helped you professionally?
Well, professionally speaking, I'm enjoying this great opportunity just to be exposed to patient care and working alongside other medical assistants, but also physician assistants who are great providers, and they actually embody what the whole urgent care experience is. I'm more grateful to be a part of the urgent care organization that I work for. And of course, without the help of faces guiding me along the way, I would not be in this position at such an early age.
And what are your next steps?
My next steps, there it's in a time frame, basically. So I plan on, with the permission of God, I plan on continuing to work as a medical assistant, providing for those in need, finishing my prerequisite courses and apply to every nursing school in the state of California, hoping for acceptance, as well as attaining my associates and bachelor's in nursing, and get on the front lines with helping other healthcare professionals.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. We look forward to learning more about your journey down the road. And is there anything else that you would like to share with our audiences or anybody that's viewing this recording?
Don't give up. That's a big thing. Just don't give up. Keep your head straight. Keep the people who motivate you close to you. Always look for feedback, ask the right question at the right time. Just keep motivated, just use every experience and find the positive light in it. Change your perspective on it. I'll definitely say that.
Thank you for sharing that. That's the questions that I have for today. And I just want to appreciate you for taking the time to meet with me and our FACES team, to be able to do this interview, share your story, provide some advice. I know this will go a long way with a lot of our current FACES students or anyone who sees this recording who's interested to learn more. So thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to continuing to communicate and connect about your next milestones.
Yeah.
And again, thank you. We really appreciate you, and we're very excited too for you, because this is part of our work. It brings joy to us to hear our students' stories, our alumni to come back and say like, hey, these are the reasons why I'm pursuing this field, and this is how how FACES has supported me, and this is how I want to give back. And this is something that you're doing right now, is you're giving back to your community, and playing an active role and a young advocate, right? So thank you.
Thank you. I really want to thank you for this opportunity, Veronica, and to the whole FACES organization. Thank you for keeping me motivated and showing what I want to do and what I want to bring to this world.